Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Cat's Cottage. I'm out here on my balcony. It's about 5 in the morning. I can hear the frogs out there. And I think that's some crickets or something else I'm hearing. But it feels pretty good. It's probably about 79, 80 degrees right now. But I've got double fans running. I know you can hear them. I've got them going different directions. It's just for the mosquitoes. And I got all my mosquito protection on, you know. And I was just thinking about this morning when I was putting that on that I think I made a video about that Vicks Vapor Rub where you put it on your toenails and it'll keep them from yellowing and making those lines and getting thick. And I had forgotten about that, and I had quit using it for that. So I'm going to start back since I've remembered it and use it on my toenails. Um, but anyway, and also got my apple earrings on, and I decided I'd get me an apple out of the fridge and eat me an apple today. So, but anyhow, this is my first time wearing them, and they're real comfortable. Uh, Even though they look like refrigerator magnets, as she said. Are you going to buy those refrigerator magnets? Yes, ma'am, that's what they are. So you won't raise the price up. Yes, ma'am, they're magnets. And I got a nice hot cup of coffee. Let's see. I'm going to show y'all what I made yesterday after doing the lanterns and all that. Uh, I didn't do the lanterns all in one day, as you could tell. I did them slowly. But I did finish this one here almost. I'd like to put some kind of fringe around the bottom of it to go all the way around. I'll just have to come across something, something free or something like that, find. But I want to show you what I did work on. I bought these old vine wreaths empty so I could add some things to them, and I did fill one up with something. I'm going to flip it and show you. Okay, we'll go over here. Oh, here it is. Right there. I had those things, they're cast metal. And so and they have the neatest hook on the back. So you can just hook them on. And so I just hooked them up there. And I hope to put one over there on that other side. And let's see. Let me walk over here a little bit. I put some greenery around that one. This is just stuff I had, or it was thrown in my box at a carport sale that they don't want. And then this other one here, as you can tell, I'm going to start putting those jello molds on. So, but anyway. And I did clean this one yesterday. I sprayed this chandelier. I'll have to spray it again because it still looks dingy. So I usually have that chandelier spray, and I couldn't find it. So I may have to get me some more. I did use some Windex and sprayed on it and let it drip. But other than that, and I'm satisfied with my lamp. The paper, that little tissue paper that I got from the Bible, worked out real well. I I don't know why I didn't think about that before. It was dull and dingy and yellow, and so I kept putting white bags over it and didn't think about putting that Mod Podge on there with a piece of tissue. But I'll tell you, and I didn't show y'all. I should have shown you. Let me flip you back. I should have. I showed a little bit of me doing it, but what I should have showed you was me taking the bags off. It had ended up having 2 plastic garbage bags on it, and inside it, and I suspected it might be so, that big around, the wasp nest. Sure was. And I looked in there at my husband, and he's sitting in there watching TV and snacking on something, and it looked like he just, having a good time. So I thought, I won't bother him. So I went and got me a grocery bag, one of those plastic bags. I put it over my hand, and I thought, now how am I going to do this without getting stung? So I pushed the lamp up real slow so I get close to it, and I reached my hand in there with that bag over it and got that thing and snatched it out and pulled that bag over and knotted it up. So that's how you get rid of a lot of wasp nests. You use a grocery bag, plastic grocery bag. And of course you watch around you, because if they start flying, then they like to sting you if you're messing with the nest. But I try to do it not messing with the thing so much, and then get it real quick. They're hard to cut off, so it's easier just to snatch them off, Yeah, I should have filmed that and showed y'all. Yeah, like, oh my gosh, are you crazy? Don't do that. Either it was that, or I had to let it hang there till winter came. And most of you are probably saying, well, leave it and let it hang till winter. But out here on the balcony, I have stuff out here. So the wasp and the dirt daubers and different things, little bees and stuff, they like it. So they'll make them a nest in some little spot. And what I do, how I keep up with them is, when I sit out here and I see one flying, and I watch where it goes. And then where I see where it goes, that's where the nest is. And so I usually will go get a bag. Now there's one over there in that plant over there. So I saw it go in. So I've got to get me a large enough bag, take the plant real quick, bag it up and tie it. And then just wait and see what happens. But yeah, you can't be afraid of everything, because, after a while I was alone. I was single for some time, and I had to learn to live on my own. And I usually call my husband for bugs. He's good for that. He's a good bug getter. I could do it, but I use him as the bug getter. But I spared him yesterday. And when I told him about it, I laughed at myself, because I've seen him get wasp nests, and it's truly hilarious. First, he gets a netting and several layers of coats and gloves, like he's, the wasp is this big and you're this big. How much of that wasp is going to get you, And a quick way to stop a bee sting is gasoline. Take some gasoline and just touch it, and it'll stop instantly. Well, it always has for me. So I'll say that. And you might say, well, I didn't get, it just kept stinging. But that's how you stop it. I can remember years ago when I was on the farm, I had all these Great Danes. This mama dog had all these Great Dane puppies. And I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with these? So I put a little ad in the paper. I think it's about $35 a dog. And I had people coming over buying them. And so one weekend I had this guy come over, and I remember he had a big old black farm truck. And he got one of them, the last one that was left. And when he pulled up, I was in pain. I was holding my head. I didn't know where it was, and I was just on the ground crying. He said, "What's going on?" And I said, "I've been stung on my head somewhere, and I'm in such pain I can't tell where." And so he got in the back of his truck and pulled out a gas can and poured it, not totally over my head, but he said, "Where do you think it might be?" And I was like, "Maybe here." And he poured that gasoline on my hair, on my scalp, and, made sure it got to my scalp, and it stopped instantly. Instantly. And I'll never forget that. And I told him, I said, you can have that dog. You know, you can have it for helping me. I was on the ground, sitting on the ground when he pulled up, crying. And he said, "Oh, no, I'm not going to do that." I said, "Yeah, take the dog. Just take it. It's worth it, you know." And so he did. And it was his lucky day and my unlucky day. I learned what to do. And but that's a memory that I've kept. And I've stopped being afraid of them since then, because I'm going to get them first before they get me. If I need to get them, if I don't need to destroy them, I won't. You know, because the bees are becoming very slim, and we need bees to the certain bees to have fruit and have vegetables. You know, so I know on a lot of my plants I had so many blooms and no fruit. And when it did develop a little bit of fruit, it only went this far and then died because it wasn't propagated by a bee. So, but I did buy that fruit set spray, and I think I tried it on one plant, and I did get one fruit from it. So, you know, anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm going to stop talking about bees. Coffee's pretty good. I've made chicory again. Uh, you asked me about pictures when I was young, and I said I didn't want to show the before and after, but I'll find a picture or two. Uh, Probably when I married my husband, and I was in my 40s. I met him when I was 39, but I was in my 40s when we married. So I'll hunt one of those up, and I'll show y'all. Um, but that's what I'll do. I don't have any young pictures. Uh, but anyway, I guess I'll let you go, and I'll talk to y'all later. And I don't know what I'll get up to. I'm always fiddling around and making messes. So I'll talk to y'all. Thank you for the well wishes. The well wishes. I still hurt. I get to feeling better, some better, where I can breathe and move around or sleep, and then I go do some kind of activity. And I like I said yesterday, I'm my worst enemy. I will keep going no matter what's going on. And I kind of learned that from being an athlete. You get an injury, but you keep going and you keep at it. And hopefully you'll get the blood worked in there, and you'll get the muscle, you know, moving and everything. But there are times when you need to stop dead, stop and let it rest. And I believe I'm at that point, and I'm just not doing it. So But anyway, I'll talk to y'all again. It's been great talking to y'all this morning, and I hope everyone is good all over the world. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. Um, I may not act like it, but it is really exciting to talk to someone or someone talk to me from different parts of the world. That is really real nice, and it's exciting to me. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to y'all again. Bye bye.